I'm gonna apologise for my voice. Whoa, I sound like Miley Cyrus. Anyway, I'm gonna apologise for my voice. I went out last night and I got a cold, so it's not a good combination. It's been a while since I filmed last. I can't actually remember what I filmed. I think I did a quick overview. I showed you around the plot, then I cracked on with stuff and I put the camera down and I didn't pick it back up. So I think today's going to be a bit of an update and also filming some things I need to sort out. There's just no excuse for my plot looking this scruffy and like just messy, when I could just, you know, make it look a little bit more appealing, even when things aren't, you know, they're not ready yet, they're not done. You know, there's parts of the plot that are still unfinished, but there's no excuse for how I've been leaving it. I've just got like stuff just like randomly spotted everywhere. There's just no bloody excuse. Anyway, I've just got here, so I have no idea why I'm sat down. I don't deserve to be sat down. So let me just give you a quick overview of what's happened and where I am now. I got tons of questions, so I need your help. So get a pen and paper and write them down, and then leave them in the comments for me, because it's gonna be a lot. This used to be a compost heap. Now I started turning it over, not turning it over intentionally, but just to get like rubbish out, and I've just created this meadow of weeds. It's not a good look, so that's gonna need clearing. Here are my tomatoes. Yeah, so they got blight. So I decided to just like rip them all out. I think I managed to have literally like one or two straight off the vine and they were really nice. But I think my mistakes were, number one, they were in pots like this and I left them out and they would just dry so quickly. So next time, I think if they're gonna put them in pots, I need to put like a catcher thing at the bottom to catch the water that's running at the bottom, or plant them like in grow bags so they retain the moisture a little bit more. Also, the way I put them out, I put them, I think, too close together. So I'm not sure whether that just like encouraged the blight to like travel amongst all the different plants. This courgette plant had finished, and I've started to pick some apples from the tree. So these are cooking apples, so we're giving them to friends and family so they can make things. And I've picked some apples off this tree just to eat straight away. There's actually some really nice ones, like I think this one would be nice. There's some like nice ones there. So yeah, I think there's a couple more to harvest off this. And I'm not sure what to do with the ones on the floor, but I wasn't sure if you can you compost apples? I've got it in my head that the answer's no, because they're too acidic, or if I'm just being silly, let me know and I'll chuck them all in the compost heap. Just need to know, basically. So I'm gonna just show you the beds now. There's like mixed things going on, both good and bad. Sunflowers are doing really well. This one is absolutely huge. I'm quite tall for a girl. I'm like 5'10", so if you can imagine how big this is, it's really big. And then we've got like this sunflower is finishing now. This one is like drooping over. I'm just leaving them. I think the birds like to eat the seeds, I think. The beetroot down here is kind of doing okay. Some are really bad. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, what's going on with this one? Like, ew, that is not a beetroot. So I'm not sure whether maybe because that was multi-sown, it didn't like it. Maybe I haven't fed it. Like, this is looking very dry, so I'm excited to see about these parsnips. These I started growing in modules in the house. So they're a bit more developed than the ones I've got over in the brassica bed. So I'm intrigued to see what these are like. Also got like a little baby pumpkin. This one's looking really nice. Well, I think that's because it's been on the ground, but I'll keep it like that. Not really sure when these are ready to harvest. I think I've harvested some too soon in my house. And that's what I'm finding a lot with the plot at the moment, is that things are going really fast and then I don't know if they're ready to pick, and then I leave it too long. So that happened a couple of weeks ago when I harvested some cucumber, which I'll show you. They're still growing now, but I left them on so long they went brown. I was like, no, that's not right. So I wish I'd known. So I've started picking them sooner now, and I tasted a couple and they are really, really, really good, like really, really nice. So I never knew like things like cucumber, which when I buy them from the shop, they're quite plain, and they're just nice to add a bit of crunch to salads. But no, these ones, like, they're just like full of flavour, and it's just really nice to be able to taste the difference and all that. So we got some more pumpkin plants, and I thought one of these were oh yeah, that's the butternut squash, but I'm not sure what plant that belongs to. So, oh, hang on, there we go. Now, I don't know if we're too late in the season for that to actually produce anything, but this took absolutely ages to grow in comparison to the other squash. I've had so many courgettes. James has actually made a running joke now that I bring those a courgette home and I just don't eat them, and he's like, so you're gonna plant courgettes next year then, Han, just to not eat? The answer is yes, because they're easy to grow, and if nothing else grows from my plot, I can at least feel like I've achieved something. So none growing at the moment, so I'm just gonna give her a water and a bit of a feed and see if that works. This has really surprised me. I didn't know what to do with these. These were given to me, but I was like, oh, I don't know, because I've never cooked them or eaten them that I know of before. So I was a bit unsure, and the same day that I came in, the cucumber was ready to harvest, or I'd left it too long, I should say. These were ready to harvest as well. And I was dreading it, because I was thinking, oh my god, they're going to go next to the courgettes. They're just not going to be eaten. But I was so wrong. I topped and tailed them, and then took the sides off, like with a potato peeler. Then I chopped it up, and I chucked it in a pan with a little bit of like fry light, and I just like basically fried them until they almost like, they had like loads of black spots on the outside where they'd like char grilled or whatever. So flippin' tasty. So tasty. Another thing that I wasn't sure if I filmed or not, I basically ripped out the pak choi. So right now there's a massive gap here. Over on the other bed, there's been another lot of like developments. On that dreaded day of coming when the cucumbers were like brown and everything happened over there and whatever, another thing happened, which was my onions looked really weird. They'd shriveled up, and it was like so strange. I even called someone over from another plot and said, well, what's happened to my onions, basically? And he suggested that I just harvest them just in case there was actually something wrong with them. And they're here, I'll show you now. So they're drying out now. Not too bad of a size, you know. All right, some of them are really, really small, but some of them are really not too bad. So that's basically the onions. What is left in there now are the leeks that another neighbour gave to me. So they're starting to thicken up, and they're starting to actually look like leeks, which is always exciting. But the same neighbour that helped me with the onions suggested that I give them a little bit of room around to grow, because the way I'd packed them in too tight, and he said that they might have trouble like swelling a little bit. And I think ever since I've done that, they've kind of perked up a bit. Something that I'm quite shocked at though is how long these spring onions are taking to grow. But this is how they're looking at the moment. Yeah, I think they're okay. I'll keep them in for now and see how they get on. This one plant, right, I don't know where it's planted, hang on. So I don't know if you can see there, right, but that's the stem there of this one plant. From that, we've got this staked up, we've got that staked up, and yeah, this one's staked up as well. And I think there is even another one somewhere trailing off, I think, in between. Oh yeah, it's produced so many. Like at the moment we got this one right here. I think this one's got like a baby one. It's got loads. I just seen one then. Oh my god, that one's ready. Oh my god, I think I might have left this one too long. Oh, see, this is why. Oh, I don't know if I can eat this. Maybe I can eat half of it. Oh, bloody hell. This is the other one, which hasn't produced. See, like how weird that one looks? No judgment. No judgment. You do you. So yeah, that one's that one. And then I've got some beetroot down here, which I'm shocked that they're actually surviving. They're doing better than the ones in the other bed. It might be that this ground is a little bit more moist because of the shelter they're just getting from all the leaves and stuff. So it's not been drying out by the sun. Anyway, I'm going to put this by the onions so I don't forget it later. I'll have half a cucumber anyway. And I'm going to show you the brassica bed now. these don't look edible to me. That one looks okay. Anyway, they don't look appetizing. Maybe these ones look better. I don't know. But that's how the Brussels sprouts are looking. I think I need to try again next year. So this is how the brassica bed is looking without the cover. And I'm really, really happy with how it looks. It looks exactly like I think an allotment should look. It's green, it's colourful, it's got height, it's got loads of stuff going on. It's actually, I know this sounds stupid, but I'm really happy with just like how it looks. Like things look alive and they look like they're growing, and I've had a lot of harvests off this. This was off Stuart next door, so I'm really happy. I think the other kale is actually looking alright. Might be again a bit drowned actually. Yeah, it's not doing the best, but I haven't given it much space, to be honest, in fairness to it. The beetroot under here is doing amazing. Like the colour on it, it's like totally different to the other ones. This was just, I sowed this in like a line directly into the ground. I didn't thin it out. Maybe I should have, but yeah, I just didn't. I'm just really happy with how it looks. And given that I tried sowing parsnips before in my garden really unsuccessfully, these are looking so nice and so good. Not actually sure when to harvest these, but I feel like it's nowhere near time yet. Yeah, they just look really nice, and so does the purple sprout and broccoli. I need to pick off some lower stems. I think I saw like a horrible spotty yellow one. Yeah, it's like I need to pick off that in a bit. But this is how the bed is looking. Okay, this side was a bit of a disaster, but the rest is looking really nice. You know, it's my first year, like it's not perfect, but success to me is like having a harvest and being able to bring something home. And also, just like, oh God, it sounds so cheesy, but the mistakes I'm making this year, I'm not going to do them again next year. I mean, that's the idea. I probably will, but I'm not going to make them again next year. So I'm hoping that I actually have learned stuff this year that I can just take on board and just improve next year. I've had a little thought about how I want the plot to look, and I think I'm going to continue the bed. So I think I'll end up having 5 beds over here. It is unfortunate and I hate it because it just feels really wrong, but I want to get rid of the apple trees just because they take up so much space, and to be honest, they're not very beneficial to me. And I think I want to do a bit more, not so much raised beds here, a bit like, I don't know if you like Charles Dowden's videos, it's a bit more like just like in the ground but no dig. So I'll try maybe do like a big square, and I might grow potatoes in there because that's meant to improve the ground, isn't it? So my next step today is just to do a bit of a tidy up, because like I was saying just now, there's no real excuse. But I just standing here, I just remembered a question I had. I know I've shown you a lot of like pots that I used to have things in. So along with the tomato plants and the courgette plants, these I used at home when I grew things like beetroot in them. They didn't grow very well, and they started to go a bit funny, so I pulled them out. I don't know if I should have done that, but it just felt like they just weren't growing, so what I do with this compost, do I put it on my compost heap? Do I take out the weeds and then put them on my compost heap? Same with the tomatoes, the tomato compost and the other one, because I don't really know what to do. I don't feel like I should plant straight back into this, should I? I don't know. Anyway, I feel like this video might get a bit long if I show you like me tidying up and everything, but I do promise to try and film more frequently because I haven't been. So if you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and you'll see the next video. Thank you, bye.